Josh Harris, the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, along with other sports teams, was sitting next to Howard Lutnick? Well.
Trump's DOJ deleted this photo of Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick on Epstein's island in the files release. Within hours of CBS News catching the removal, the DOJ restored the image. But were they trying to hide Lutnick's lies about his decades-long ties with Epstein? Lutnick said last year that he was never in the room with Epstein other than a 2005 visit to his apartment, after the two became next-door neighbors in New York City in the late 90s. But the Epstein files show he visited the island in 2012, that Epstein donated $50,000 to a charity dinner honoring him in 2017, and that they were in contact through 2018 with business ties. In 2012, Lutnick, along with his kids and wife, visited Epstein's private island years after Epstein pled guilty to procuring a child for prostitution. And just 5 days after the visit, the two signed a contract to invest in a digital ad tech company. A source close to Lutnick told CBS that he was just a small minority investor, but that was before emails and documents exposed that he and his company were financially connected to Epstein for at least 6 years, loaning $2 million at one point. By July 2015, Lutnick was listed as one of 5 board members and investors at the company. Months after Epstein was arrested, the company shut down. Now, lawmakers from both sides are calling on Lutnick to face questioning after his contradicting stories about their connection have been exposed. I don't know about you, but I don't want a single person with any connection to Epstein in the US government.
Did you have a dinner in Epstein's New York City home in 2011?
No.
So the information that suggests that there was a dinner with Woody Allen and Woody Allen's spouse at the Epstein residence, there's nothing to that, is that right?
I actually don't know what you're referring to. There was, look, I looked through the millions of documents for my name, just like everybody else. And what I found was there was a document that says that I had a meeting with him on, in May, I think.
Oh, yeah, May.
For an hour
I don't remember
at 5
this.
o'clock.
Okay.
Not dinner or otherwise, for an hour at 5 o'clock.
He and his wife decided around 2005 to cut ties with Jeffrey Epstein, but the latest release shows that there was some correspondence after that, even after Epstein pleaded guilty to sex crimes in 2008. What questions do you have about Lutnick's ties to Epstein, and should he come before Congress and testify?
No, he should just resign.
It seems pretty clear that Howard Lutnick lied. There's no other way to put it. He lied, he got caught in a lie. And for Josh Harris.
Josh, can you tell us about the latest Epstein files? You're in there. What's your response to that? A lot of controversy surrounding it.
Harris owns the Commanders, the Philadelphia 76ers, the New Jersey Devils, and Premier League side Crystal Palace. He is worth billions upon billions of dollars. Remained in contact with Jeffrey via email and phone calls for many years after his conviction, including joining him for a breakfast meeting in the year 2013, after which he sent an email which states, "Thank you for inviting me." That was printed by the BBC. Now, a spokesperson would release this statement. Josh Harris never had an independent relationship with Jeffrey. Harris sought to prevent Epstein's attempts to develop a corporate relationship with Apollo. As these emails indicate, Harris sought to avoid meeting with Epstein, canceling meetings, and having others return his calls. Brian Hart, who per his bio works in public relations, well, he would share a thought on social media. People in the Epstein files generally avoid being seen together in public. Not Josh Harris and Howard Lutnick, apparently. Hashtag sell the team. From the Inquirer, Harris and Epstein moved in similar circles among Wall Street financial brokers. Harris, co-founder of the investment firm Apollo Global Management, would exchange multiple emails and even phone calls with Jeffrey between 2013 and 2016. SB Nation would have more. The invitation, first reported by the University of Pennsylvania's student newspaper, the Daily Pennsylvanian. By the way, that's where Josh Harris went to school. Following the September 26 document release, was for a breakfast party with Microsoft founder Bill Gates and Wharton School Board of Advisors chair Mark Rowan. Here's an eye-opener. Multiple correspondences between the two mention Leon Black. Black was a co-founder of Apollo Global Management and served as the CEO and chairman from 1990 to 2021. He was removed from his role in 2021 amid sexual misconduct allegations and a report that he paid Jeffrey Epstein, get this, $158 million for what they call, see it in quotes, financial advice.
For investigators in New Mexico now, a closer look at the ranch Jeffrey Epstein owned there for decades, nearly 8,000 acres, an hour outside Albuquerque, with its massive mansion, the pool, library, room after opulent room. To survivors of his abuse, a house of horrors.
It was very intimidating, and I always wondered if something would happen to me.
Rachel Benavidez was a newly certified massage therapist when she was hired at Zorro Ranch. It's where she says she met Epstein, who sexually abused her.
I thought I was the only one. Can you believe that? Like, when I would go out there and I would see all these girls, like, who I thought they were Victoria's Secret models, there was no way he was doing that to them.
For years, she's hoped for justice.
Does it feel like there were missed chances to hold him accountable?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Federal investigators never searched Zorro Ranch after Epstein was arrested in 2019. But this past March, the state of New Mexico did, after the attorney general there opened a new investigation following the Justice Department's release of millions of Epstein case files. The State House also greenlit a bipartisan truth commission. NBC News obtained a permit to access the land adjacent to the ranch.
I just go back to watching the playoffs where the Sixers are going to get smoked in the first round. Celtics probably Eastern Conference Finals team is how I see it. And with all that being said, seeing Howard Lutnick sitting right next to him, courtside, it just feels so dumb. It's such a bad approach. Like what the PR guy Brian said, I'm in that camp. We are interconnected through that guy. But hey, let's take in a basketball game. It shows one of two things. He is totally disconnected, which I don't think. And the second is, he just doesn't care. Maybe Lutnick wanted to go. And Josh Harris, being potentially a friend or needing, dare I say, government assistance, what a welfare queen he may be. And he courts Lutnick by placing him courtside for the cameras to see. Yeah, I think it's gross. But I also think, once more, this is the argument that so many have on the right, which is we don't want politics in sports. Only yours. We want ours. And here it is once more. The Commerce Secretary, with Josh Harris, an owner of a team, teams placed together for everyone to see game one of the playoffs. And by the way, under Josh Harris's ownership group, what have they done? What have the Philadelphia 76ers done? Nothing. They've done nothing. They have been a disappointment. I expected a lot from them over the years. It just looks bad, especially with what's been reported with Leon Black. All of it just looks really, really bad. And the whole reason we are talking about this is because he decided to place himself right next to Howard Lutnick, a corrupt figure indeed. And maybe, potentially, birds of a feather. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.